It's the Southern Senpai Show, where small-town Southerners explore big-time Japanese entertainment, anime, manga, and everything in between. Here's your hosts, Nicholas and DJ.
Hey guys, welcome to Southern Senpais. I'm DJ.
I'm Nicholas.
And today we have a very special episode for you. We are interviewing a manga artist. His name is Ryan
McCarthy.
Yes, Ryan McCarthy. Now, Ryan McCarthy, he is the creator of a manga
Called Tamashi.
Yes, Tamashi. Me and Nicholas have had the privilege of not only meeting him, but also and interviewing him, but also we got to read some.
Yes, we got to read some of his manga.
Tamashi. And you know, Tamashi, not only is it a manga, but he also has a playing card game and he has plushies and stuff like that. Nicholas, what do you think about because I don't want to spoil anything because we're about to have the interview, really. But after reading Tamashi, though, what is your opinion? What would you say
It's the animation style is like Shaolin Showdown.
The art style is drawn. It's not animated. It's manga, but
the manga.
Not yet, anyway.
We'll do that a little later. But the art style was definitely like we say in the interview. It's reminiscent of Shaolin Showdown, Jackie Chan Adventures kind of art style. But I definitely thought that the manga was. It seemed like an action comedy type of manga type of thing.
Yeah, I definitely would suggest it for if someone is like on the younger side and they want to get into manga. Definitely something I could like give to like my younger cousins for them to enjoy. It's very family friendly. It's made for all ages. So like the humor in it is pretty clean, but it's actually funny. Yeah,
and then this book, I think this book would be perfect for the Scholastic Book Fair.
Yeah, something that I can totally see this being in. We're about to get into the interview, but if you want to check out more of Ryan's stuff, just go to www.ryanmccarthyproductions.com. That's RyanMcCarthyProductions.com. RyanMcCarthyProductions.com to check out all his latest stuff. He does have more things going on than just this Tamashi manga, but this is the main part of the interview, so that's what we're
this is the main course. This is what he dedicates most of his time to.
And without further ado, let's get into this interview.
What's going on, y'all? This is Nicholas from Southern Senpais.
And this is DJ from Southern Senpais.
Two Southern guys exploring Japanese culture. We have a special feature today.
Yes, a special interviewee. We're interviewing Ryan.
That is me.
Yes.
Ryan McCarthy. Ryan McCarthy, you say you're a cartoonist.
Yes, that's the fun word.
That's the fun word.
There's probably fancy words, but those are boring.
Also, this is a really great place.
Here at the Little Lions event.
Little Lions Collectibles event.
I believe it's called BYO Games. It's a little gaming thing. This is a new thing the guy's done. I did one other event with this guy. This one's...
Is this your first time here at this one?
This building, yes. He used to have a different thing where you have to walk up steps, but... I don't know, this one's nicer. It was also closer. So.
And it has less steps. Hey, I'm down with that.
Although this heat today isn't doing this building any favors.
No,
but anyway, so how did you get into being a cartoonist? What would you say is your inspirations?
Well, yeah, I've been drawing for as long as I can remember. It's like that one Simpsons episode with the cartoonist that comes in class. Oh, what did you do? Did you listen to your teachers and inspired? No, I just sat in my desk and drew cartoons all day.
What would you say you draw inspirations from the most?
Because you have a manga.
Yes.
And it's a very unique style. So that's why we're like, where are the inspirations coming from?
I would say my biggest inspirations is Ed, Edd and Eddy, One Piece, Zatch Bell, almost anything of around that Cartoon Network Nickelodeon era. Like there's some, but Ed, Edd and Eddy that's like number one favorite cartoon. The Simpsons,
Ed,
like
and Eddy's a classic.
What makes you like Ed and Eddy so much? What was the inspiration coming from with Ed, and Eddy?
Well, Ed, and Eddy looks like Ed, and Eddy. That's the first thing, and nothing else looks like it. Although personally, on a more personal note, I remember I had that conversation with someone once that they would always make fun of the show until eventually it was like, listen, do you know why I liked Ed and Eddy? Because it was the only show about a bunch of kids with no friends. that no one else liked or could get along with.
It's just them at the cul-de-sac.
Until eventually they just found each other and we all have the same name, let's be friends. And we can't be weirdos with everyone else, let's be weirdos with each other. And it gave this idea that, hey, because with other past things from my life, let's
devise funny schemes to try and get these jawbreakers.
Pretty much, but it's just the idea that even if you have a small group of friends, that doesn't make it not valuable in a way.
Some people say it's better to have 4 quarters than 100 pennies.
Yeah.
But
I just nodded my head. I forgot we're recording.
We're on radio. Yeah.
People can't see me nodding my head.
One thing I always loved about Ed, Ed, Eddie is that all their schemes are very unique. And I'm not gonna lie, as watching them when I was younger, I was like, I should do some of this stuff.
This is actually really creative.
Right.
They make a pool in the middle of the cul-de-sac out of Jello. I was like, why aren't I doing that? I can do that.
Yeah.
And the jawbreakers are really huge.
They're huge.
Just because it looks funny. Apparently, they picked jawbreakers because it was just like no other cartoon has ever picked jawbreakers as the thing. Sonic the Hedgehog eats chili dogs. All the I forget other ones, but it's just like
Sonic the Hedgehog, he likes chili dogs.
For some reason.
Yeah, dude, a lot of speedsters like hot dogs. The Flash eats a lot of hot dogs, too.
Yeah, he's like exclusively on hot dogs, right?
What is up with this? What is up with me? Fast hot dogs.
Scooby-Doo eats Scooby snacks. It was just straight up. No one likes jawbreakers. The Eds will like jawbreakers.
That's what we'll do. We'll put in jawbreakers.
All right.
And then you said, for you guys that don't know, Ryan is from Massachusetts.
Yes, Western Massachusetts specifically.
Whoa, there's a definition.
When you say it, people think Boston. Boston's an entirely different world.
Oh,
so what's the difference between Boston, Massachusetts, and
Boston is Boston. It's a big city, and everything going on that matters is going on over there. I'm from Western. In fact, I'm from Southwick, Massachusetts. If you ever look at Massachusetts,
shout out Southwood, Massachusetts.
Southwick.
If
you just pull up a map of Massachusetts, you'll see at the bottom left, bottom west area, there's a little jet going into Connecticut. That's Southwick.
That's Southwick.
And that's where the cartoonist vibes and the...
Oh, no, I'm like the only cartoonist around that. I think the only one we have is like a woman's basketball player. I forget what her name was.
So what about your upbringing made you say, oh, this is what I want to do?
Well, because everything else just seems, oh, no, you got to go to a job and sit at a thing and wish you were dead. And like everything about your life is out of your control. But if you have a piece of paper, a blank piece of paper, it's nothing's limited aside from whatever your hand can do.
And your imagination. Yeah.
You have total and complete control to create whatever it is that you want to create.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about this manga? Because we spoke a little bit before. This is already... Guy, I don't know if you noticed, but we have conversations with our guests prior and afterwards because they're people. When I was talking to him before, he was telling me that you were working on this for the idea came 6 years earlier.
Oh, no. I've been working on the books. Here, I don't know if he's seen these, but this is an art print. It's a lenticular print. It shows off, it cycles through the first drawing of the character back in around 2005.
2005? What?
Yep.
So this has been like a very long time coming.
Yeah.
I
have legions of characters. Tamashi's only one of 20 things, which I recently made into this trading card game as a way to advertise all my characters.
That's awesome, man.
Wow. For those of you listening, we'll be posting a lot of images online.
Yeah, we'll be posting a lot of these pictures so you guys can see the inspiration.
These are some interesting characters. What is the story about? I have to know.
It's about a girl named Tamashi. That's her name, which you got the Tamashi card that I drew right there.
Yeah.
She basically wakes up suddenly in a world called the Ancient Land. She doesn't know how she got there. Now she needs to go on a big journey through the Ancient Land and maybe find her way back home.
So this is like an isekai.
Yeah, isekai before that was even a word. Clone High was like barely a couple years old when I came up with this.
Wow.
That's absolute. Yeah, man, that's incredible. And the drawing style...
It's very unique, guys.
Very unique. It reminds me of a lot of
Shaolin Showdown.
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I appreciate that one. So many people say, is that Avatar? Because we have Suimo. He's a monk boy.
I was going to say Shaolin Showdown.
Dude, what? There's so many other people who
Shaolin
have
Showdown
monks.
or the Jackie Chan adventures.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
There's a lot of love in this art that comes from that early American cartoon style.
There we go.
Yeah.
You can tell you poured a lot of passion and love into whatever and to what you were doing.
So let me ask you a question.
Huh?
When it comes to every creator has their favorite character. Is your main, and it's usually not their main character that they've made. Who is your favorite character? If you instead of choosing the main person.
Let's see. All right.
Is it his name is Suimo? The Blazing Monk?
Suimo's the second main character. If you want a personal character that I
want to know your favorite, man. I want to know the personal
see if
favorite.
hopefully his card. All right. I love this little guy. His name is Flance.
Flance.
Tell us a little bit about Flance.
Flance is a mole demon. He loves to hunt. He's the child of speed. That's the other thing I mentioned. As in Tamashi, they're in the ancient land. There's these children called the children of the ancient land. They're children just born with special powers. Like where they came from, we don't know. They don't know. They just have always been.
Is that a secret in the story?
Tamashi suddenly finds out she's gained the ability of the child of the moon somehow, even though she's not from the ancient land. But in their journey, they meet other children of the ancient land, and one of them is Flance, a little mole demon kid who is the child of speed.
Flance reminds me of, what's his name from Demon Slayer? The animal.
Oh, with the boar head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Flance existed way before he did.
Yeah, so actually, this is the
you're
OG.
owed some money from Demon Slayer.
Right.
Well, you created the mole man, the pig man first. Boar man.
He has these claws, but he also has this flame hair design.
It's crazy, kooky, hair. Yeah, he has the he's just a self-proclaimed mold. He doesn't even realize he's a child of the ancient land. He just thinks Flance is fast because Flance is Flance, and Flance knows what Flance wants to do. And Flance wants to go fast because it helps him hunt prey.
If you had this idea for so long, what made you say, okay, you know what? I'm going to start taking it to book and start really pouring more into it compared to, because you seem like a guy who has a lot of ideas.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So what made you say, this is the one I'm doubling down on to this extent?
I think it was just at some point, I was like, if I don't do it now, it might not ever happen.
Right.
I need to get it out there. I need to have it be made, and that's just it.
But what made you choose this one over your other ideas? I'm looking around. You have a ton of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You said you had 25 ideas. What made Tamashi the one that I'm going to invest most of my time in?
It's just like the one you thought about, the oldest, or what's going on?
Because it's the one that has an overarching, constant story that the more I work on it and the more I might grow up in some way, it will grow with me. It's like a bunch of my other ones. Like there's this one called School of the Underworld. It's about a kid who goes to school in hell. It's basically just like every episode is separate. It's what are they doing at the School of the Underworld? It's everything is separate. Tamashi, however, is a thing that when you start reading it, you can keep going with it and follow through, because that's what One Piece and Zatch Bell, those are my major inspirations for mine.
Where you grow with it.
And with what was the one that's in hell? What was that?
School of the Underworld.
School of the Underworld. Is that any at all representative of your own life and being in school?
In a way, yes. Because that was a really good observation. I like that one.
I would say the same thing, but also, if you guys didn't know that Ryan has special needs, right?
Yes.
And so
apparently it's called high-functioning autism. It used to be called Asperger's. Not the burgers, it's Purgers.
Every time, I do have to say, I'm a bit immature, because whenever I hear Asperger's, I just think of the South Park episode.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it's very inspiring that someone like you could do, someone who has a disability is not letting it stop him.
That was the other thing. Tamashi is its story is like all a metaphor for that.
Right.
The children of the ancient land, children born with special powers that either impedes or enhances their life in some way. It's something about them that is different that they can't put a finger on. Like a kid born with special needs. For some people, it's a hindrance. To some people, it's somehow a superpower.
I would
So that's
say
really where this world comes from.
And where would you say that? How would you say your autism provides you a superpower in making Tamashii and your other ideas?
There are so many details in this world and this story.
Repeat the last part.
I said, in your autism, what would you say is a superpower with your cartoonist?
I guess the ability to put everything together in my own terms, if that makes sense.
Because as DJ was saying, these are incredibly detailed. And the artwork...
to be fair, I did collab with a lot of artists.
Oh yeah?
This one was done by someone named Retro Space Punk. They did amazing on that. But they're still so some cards are drawn, but because that's the thing, it's a way of also showing off my characters and showing off, hey, look at all the other artist people I have met throughout my journey.
The story itself is ridiculous. What book number are you on right now? 10?
10. This year I took a little mini hiatus on releasing like chapters and making volumes to go to tons of shows, which it's been helping.
Can you tell our audience where they can find your work?
I have my own personal website. It's called RyanMcCarthyProductions.com. Mm-hmm. And there's tons of multimedia. There's plushies. There's a trading card game that I have my own personal store on Store Envy. It's just called RM Prod at Store Envy. That's where you can support work directly.
So on Store Envy, RM Products, and then also RyanMatthewsProductions.com.
Yep, and my handles are like at Ryan the Derede. Ryan Derede. That's Twitter and Instagram, and that's what I usually do. But that's where you can find my stuff. I take custom commissions. Those are always open if people wanna.
Oh, cool!
You want me to draw a picture of Boa Hancock? I can do that.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's been really great talking to you. Is there anything else? Is there anything that you can tell our audience out there, like any advice or someone who wants to be like you?
If people, my first rule, if you have an idea, do it. If you don't do it, it won't happen. All the other technical, other skill stuff, all that's like, whatever. You'll figure that stuff out as you go.
If you don't do it, though, it's never going to happen.
If you don't do it, it won't happen. And that really applies to everything in life. And believe me, if you have people in your life that might doubt it, use that as inspiration. Because then you can later shove it in their face.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Ryan, thank you so much. It's been great talking to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. And guys, this has been Southern Senpais. I'm DJ.
I'm Nicholas.
And I'm Ryan.
Yeah, and we'll see you next time.
This has been Southern Senpais on Comic-Con Radio. Check out our previous episodes at Southern Senpais on all major platforms. Tune in next Wednesday for a fresh episode. Y'all come back now. You hear?